Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I am going to discuss about how I built my first MCP server using Spring Boot with Spring AI. So let's get started. And you can see the folder structure. I have a model, repository, service, and then I have this main applications. So I'll just start with one by one, like what I have done in order to create my first MCP server. So let's get started with pom.xml, where I have added dependency to make this as a MCP servers. So here you can see that the dependency which is added is starter MCP server. Now I'll go to the item class. So in the item class, you can see that I have a field called ID, item name, and quantity, and you have this getter and setter. So this is same as normal entity class. Then I have this remove response, which is just a DTO, which is having two fields, message and item. And then I have this item repository, where you can see that it is extending a JPA repository. And the most important class here is your shopping cart service. So here you can see that how I have used this tools, right, which I am talking about, this MCP tools. So here in this class, I'll explain you like how I expose these tools to the client. So here I'm using this at the rate tool annotations, and then it has two properties, name and description. And the first tool which I have written is for adding an item. So what this will do, that it will add the item to the database, that we will see in a while, like how it is adding this item object to the database. Then next we have another tool that is called get items, and the purpose of having this tool is that it will get the list of all the items in the shopping cart. And the third tool which I have exposed is remove item. So this will delete the item from the database, that we will see like whether this is working or not. So now I'll move to the application dot properties, and here you can see that I have given few configuration that is needed in order to make this Spring Boot project as a MCP server and to connect with the database. So here you can see that the first one is the application dot application name. Then we have this database configuration. I'm connecting with PostgreSDB. So these are the configuration related to Postgres database. You have username, password, and the URL of the database. And then you have few Hibernate properties. And to look here in this configuration is these three properties, where this is very specific to the MCP server, where you can see that I am giving the name of the MCP server, I am giving MCP server version, and then MCP server type. And then here this is the property related, that you are saying that this is not a web based application. And below you can see some more of the properties related to the, you are disabling the Spring Boot banner. Then we have related to the logging, and below is the logging related properties. So this is Spring Boot project. Now we will see that whether this is working as expected or not. And so what you need to do in order to connect with the MCP client, so this is MCP server. Right now you have to connect this MCP server with the MCP client. So first you need to run this. So I'll just create a package of this application. So you can see that it will create a jar of this application, and it will tell me like where is the jar getting stored. So here you can see that this is the path of the jar that got created from this project. Now I will tell you like how this MCP server is going to connect with MCP client. Now we will see that how this is going to connect with MCP client. And MCP client which I am using is the cloud desktop. So here I will tell you like what configuration we need to do in order to make the connection from MCP server to MCP client. So the step which is needed in order to connect with MCP server is, you have to go to this settings, and in settings you have to go to this developer. And here you can see that my server is running, but I will tell you, since I have already done it before, so it is showing my server is running. But what you need to do in order to do that configuration, so here you can see on the top of this edit config, you can click on this edit config, and then you will get this file. So let's open this file in the any editor. So I have opened it in the Visual Studio. So here you can see that I have added this MCP servers. You see, this is the configuration you need to do in this edit config cloud desktop config file, where I am adding this MCP server, name of the MCP server command, and then this argument hyphen jar, and this is the path of the jar created. So this is the configuration you need to do in order to connect with the MCP server. Now my connection is done. So let's go back to the MCP client. Now I'll go back to the MCP client, and we will see that the tool which has been exposed from the MCP server is working as expected or not. So before I do any of the operation, let me go back to the database. In the database, I will tell you, like, do we have any item in the cart which is saved or not. So right now you can see that there is no records saved in the database. So now I'll use this MCP tools which is exposed by MCP server, and we'll see that it is working as expected or not. So I'll just type add to quantity of apple with ID, let's say 10, and hit enter. And now you see the MCP client is trying to load the tools and see that whether it is able to add it or not. So the MCP tool has find that tools called add items and trying to add the item to the database. So now you can see that it is saying that done. I have added two quantity of apple with ID 10 to your shopping list. To verify that whether it is really added in the database or not, let's go to the database and see whether the record has been added in the database or not. So here you can see that I have got one record whose ID is 10, quantity is 2, and item name is apple. So it is working as expected. Now I will tell you the second tool which I have written, right. Let's add few more. Before I go to the second tool, let's add few more. So I'll add, let's say, add 5 quantity of laptop to the shopping cart with ID, let's say 30. And see, again it is saying that I have added 5 quantity of laptop whose ID is 30 to your shopping cart. And now let's say call our second tool which I have written, right, that will bring the list of all the items in the shopping cart. So I will tell get me the list of all item in the shopping cart. So since I'm using this tool as a first time, the MCP client will ask you to allow this so that it goes and connect to that exposed tools. So now you see it is saying that here is all the items currently in your shopping cart, and there are two items in the shopping cart that you can see on my screen with ID, items, and quantity. So now the third tool which I have written that I'll be using, right, that is for the remove. So let me use my third tool. So what I will do, I will tell remove two quantity of laptop from the shopping cart and hit enter. So here you see the MCP client has decided remove item tool which is exposed by the MCP server. Now it is saying that I have removed 2 quantity of laptop from your shopping cart and the remaining quantity of laptop is 3. So now earlier the quantity was 5 that you can see in the previous call which says that list of all the items in the cart is 5. Now I have removed 2. So now if I ask like get me the list of all the items in the shopping cart, it should give me the quantity of the laptop is 3 because I have removed 2 out of 5 laptop in the database. So here you see it is returning the quantity of the laptop is 3. So all the tools which I have exposed through this MCP server is working as expected. This AI based MCP client is able to identify the tools from the MCP server and then able to decide like which tool to use based on the operation needs to be performed. So when I try to add item to the shopping cart, it is choosing that add item tools which is exposed by the MCP server. And when I am asking to remove the item from the shopping cart, it is choosing that remove items. So this is how the MCP server works in the real world. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.